Okay, I look terrible, but anyways, I decided to bring out my art folder. This is my art notebook. So for A-levels, I'm just gonna give you a behind the scene insight to A-levels art. Is that you have to do a research of your choice. My project is focused on protest art, and I'm trying to investigate the efficiency of protest art. So I have a lot of notes. And what we have to do is we have to write an essay, 1,000 to 1,500, from like start to finish. So your intro, you have to bring in artists as well, analyzing artworks and so on. So these are the drafts that I did yesterday based on my artist's work. This is a newspaper that links with a phone, so my idea was to merge it to show like the old and the new kind of thing. And then I did this one. It's a different one. This is the Fist of Power, and it's supposed to represent the Million Men March, which took place in the Civil Rights Movement. Those are the drafts that I have at the moment. I have other drafts. Okay, it's more detailed than that. So again, Fist of Power, and then the newspaper kind of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna combine these four, not into one, but like try to create something similar. Okay, I feel like I should explain what exactly I'm doing, but honestly, I don't know what exactly I'm doing. I'm just throwing stuff together, and hopefully create somewhat a more detailed, like kind of like that detailed work, and not like this looks like a mess. I'm just gonna start designing my page, because I normally design every page in my book to make it more structured. Yes, I'm gonna be like this. And I can't find this place. Turn the lights down low. Yeah, I don't know how to draw hands. I have to practice to draw hands holding a phone. Obviously this is not a phone, but do people hold it like that? Okay. So I don't know if you can see if it's focused. So this is a generation of how messages are transmitted. Obviously it started with newspapers, very like physical items. Well, phones are physical, but you know what I mean, like it's not, there's no internet basically, and then it goes to the phones. I can't really explain like my whole artwork because I don't know how to. It's a bit complicated because I have to tell you guys from like the beginning till now, and it's really hard to say everything without really going off topic. So also I'm gonna be like this. I'm a dumpling now. I see it in your eyes. All my friends, they told me, they say we need to get on one day. Be out of the blue, so make sure I have no clue. Baby, you're my winner. I'm not going back, 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 back. For those who listen to K-pop and for those who don't listen to K-pop, stan NCT, NCT 127, actually NCT every unit, all 21 of them. Better.
Yo, this is gonna turn into a concert, I swear to God.
I'm not okay. It's not even that late, it's like, it's only 10. Stop. Okay, I'm done. Oof. 80s? I shouldn't listen to K-pop, like, this is what happened. Also, I'm like a multi-stan, so I stan like everyone basically. But yeah. But my main group is BTS and ATEEZ, so check them out if you haven't.
I'm gonna get copyrighted, oh my God. Yes! I'm really tired. Like, really tired. I'm not sleepy, I'm just tired.
Okay, so I did details of what I want here, and then I'm gonna add even more details because I'm planning the first part, the hands, to be bloody. I have a reason for that, and that's because the past, like our ancestors, they sacrifice a lot for the future generation. So it's gonna, my plan is that the blood from the first generation, so basically anyone who has made an impact in changing society, so whether that's, you know, the people who's involved in the civil rights movement, suffragettes, all of those iconic protests that has happened, so that this hand represents those people. And I'm gonna have like blood trickling down, and then that's going to influence the present generation, so like the future generation for them, but obviously it's our generation. So I made my friends take a picture with their phones, so their phones with an inspirational people from history that has created an impact in today's society that really transcends like their message. They're powerful people and very impactful people. So that's is what was on their phones, and it shows how even till this day we're still talking about them. They're still very important figures, because obviously, like, yes, for example, the women's right movement in the what era? Wait, hold up. So even the women's right movement in the 70s, 80s, even though that happened like way back then, we're still having protests, like women's right protests, till this day. And you know, like, it just shows how missing we still want rights in certain areas for women. So that is what I'm trying to show, is how people from the past are so relevant to the events that are happening now. Even though it's been happening for a long time, it's still repeating. So that's my whole project, basically. I just explained a portion of my project. So that is what I am doing right now. It still doesn't explain everything, but it explains what I'm doing. So hopefully that makes sense, or you guys have an idea of why I'm doing certain things and why I'm responding to certain people. Obviously, all of the things that I'm drawing, they're based on my research. They're not just what I assume happened, but it's more so what I interpret happened, because obviously I didn't research into every website. Like, it's just all of the relevant things that I found. So this is all based on what I found throughout my research. If there is like information that I've missed, that's probably because I didn't really focus on that area. Not because I'm neglecting it, but it's not relevant to my project. So yeah, I'm gonna continue putting details, and then I'm gonna go to the next portion, which is this one, and then the last portion, and then I'm gonna call it a night, I think, and then continue tomorrow morning. Details. There's something wrong. Either I don't know how to draw, or my hands are weird. Isn't that weird? Like, if you pay attention. Isn't that weird? Okay. I attempt to draw. It's odd here. It's weird. I don't know. Is my hand small? I feel like my hand is too small. Yeah, it's too small. Let me change it. Okay, I solved it. I don't know if it's better, but it looks better. And I'm more like confident with it, so. Now, I'm gonna make details. Okay, I've done the second part. So it's all of this blood dripping down this phone. So imagine this placement is like right here. So the blood from the top bit of the newspaper is dripping down the phone. Ta-da. Yes. Okay, last part now. Oh my god, how many times do I stop and like just vibe? Sometimes just gotta vibe, you know, like when life hits, you vibe. Give it all, I just wanna see how you are. Okay, I'm finally done. As you guys can see, the blood gets lesser and lesser as it goes down the layers. So all of these layers, this is the past, this is the future, which is the present, and this is the current. So this could be seen in different eras. It can be seen as today, like our generation. It can be seen as the past generation that were still protesting, like at that time. That's why they're not holding phones, they're not holding newspapers, they're in the moment, they're in the middle of protesting. That's the whole thing. And obviously it has less blood because like it all trickles down from the top. I'm not saying that as years go by there's less sacrifice, because every sacrifice is the same. Well, not the same, but like there's still sacrifices that are still made even today, but it's not as much as the past because we have a lot of resources compared to our ancestors. So that's why I emphasize that the past have more blood. So yeah, and that is the combination of these two drafts that I did. So obviously I kept the idea of the newspapers on both and the Million Men March here. Also, I have, where is it? I don't know where it went, but I have a textbook on feminism, and they have similar to the Million Men March. I think it's called, I forgot what it's called, but it's women, it's a march about, like, I think it was for the Me Too movement. I'm not sure. Yeah, like I said previously, things are repeated over the years. So trying to emphasize in my artwork is that, you know, things repeat as years go on, even though, like, for example, in this era it's more progressive than the past like years, but then we still have problems and we still have things that needs to be solved or needs to change. So in society there's never a fix, like, oh, this is gonna be it, you know, everyone's on board. There's always going to be someone disagreeing, and that's just life and you can't change it. And it's obvious, like it's been evident from protests, like the same things keep happening, the same gestures are used to reinforce messages. So everything is about reinforcing. So yeah, I'm glad I finally finished my draft. So what I'm gonna do now is sleep. So tired. I'm gonna sleep, and then tomorrow we're gonna start drawing this on A3 paper. So actually mapping things out and drawing this in real detail. So again, this is like a bunch of mess, and then this is also a mess, but then it has more details. So tomorrow I'm gonna actually do the real thing. Hopefully I get the measurements right, but if not, I have to do many trials until I get the measurements right. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm signing off for tonight. Bye. It's 6 in the morning. It's 6:34. Actually, I woke up 5:30, so like an hour ago. Now I'm finally up, finally awake enough to film this thing. Okay, so today it's finally day 2 of my art project. I'm gonna start drawing up stencils and stuff like that. But before I do that, I need pictures. So I'm gonna start exporting photos that I already have, the ones of my friends. I'm gonna start taking additional photos because I need new references. And then after that, I'm gonna start drawing the stencils. So I'm not sure when exactly I'm gonna start, only because there are so many things that's gonna happen throughout the day before I could finally sit down and draw the draft in the A3 paper. But yeah, other thing, today is finally the launch of my YouTube channel. So I've uploaded my first YouTube video yesterday and shared it with my friends and family, but it's under unlisted, so only those who have the links can watch it. But today I decided to make that public. Okay, so I have 2 videos ready, as you can see. So the first one I just made public, and then now, oh, there's 33 views. Okay. That was so shocking. But the other video, I'm gonna upload it today. I'm not sure when I'm gonna upload it, but whether I would send links first and then make it public or not. But anyways, the first video is public, so that's done. But I'm so excited because I've always wanted to do this, but I've never really gotten the chance or the skills to do it. I mean, I'm still an amateur at this, but I don't know, I'm getting the hang of it, and I've been vlogging here and there ever since like the first day I vlogged, which was March 6th, I think. Like, that was the first day I vlogged, and then not every day, but like every other day since I started vlogging. So that's my main content. I think I spoke about this, or I wrote this in my description somewhere, but vlogging will be my main content, and then obviously this art project thingy is the next content, and so on. I'll just gradually come up with new contents every single upload. Hopefully my ideas will like grow the more I film, because I really love doing this. I didn't know I would love it so much, but I love it so much. So yeah, I'm gonna start with my day. Gonna get ready, do all of those things. Yeah, bye. Don't I look like that meme? You know the meme that I'm talking about? With the hoops. Okay, I'm distracted. Hi, we're back in this setting. So it's currently 8:40, and I've been busy like the entire afternoon basically, and now I have the time to sketch, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna be eating as well. I have my food here. I have cereal. I'm eating cereal for dinner because I have no appetite to eat anything else other than cereal tonight, so that is what's gonna happen. Obviously, I have music in the background, so you bet I'm gonna have another concert tonight. And I'm gonna start measuring this top bit. So I'm gonna start with the newspaper. Okay, so I've been drawing this newspaper for like the past 10 minutes and it's not going well. Like, why? I don't understand. It's just a cylinder. I can't draw cylinders. Can I draw at all?
Karaoke. Mariah. Oh, I'm gonna put.
Okay, I'm still stuck. Can you see? Yeah, you can't see, but I just blinded myself. Don't do that. Okay, I'm going to fast forward until I finish the first layer. Hopefully, like, it doesn't extend to more than 5 days, because imagine spending a week on this. Oh my god. I'm finally done. So now I'm gonna try to do the first layer. So I'm finally done with the last layer, and then I'll just build up, because I realize if I do this layer first, it's gonna be a problem with these two. So I'm gonna work upwards now instead of down. So this is what I got so far. I'm about to pass out, so I'm gonna continue tomorrow. Bye. Good morning. It's 6:45 and I'm back to sketching last night's unfinished work. It's gonna be the same thing, so I'm gonna skip ahead and see you guys the next however many hours after I finish until we go to the painting section. I'm gonna jump right into it and see you guys in a few hours. Bye. Hi, your local egg is back. So I'm gonna give you guys a short update. This is the next day, by the way. It's 6 p.m. I'm starting this video a little bit later than normal. Actually, not a little bit, a lot bit later. Only because I woke up late this morning and just focused on my work. I don't think it's relevant for me to like film everything, because it takes a long time for me to finish a portion of the entire artwork. So I try to not really worry about filming and rather actually finishing it, so I show you guys the final product. I would though start updating you guys more often. So like whenever I finish a segment, I'll update you and show you my progress. But in terms of filming what I'm actually doing, I don't think I would film for every little thing, just because it's coloring, and compared to the drafts and the editing for the past 2 days, I don't really have as much freedom. I tend to not loosen up myself, just because like I'm very again focused, and this is the final thing, you know, this is like the final stage of the artwork. We done the drafts, we did the editing, and now it's like the full legit thing, and I don't want to mess that up, because I know like if I mess it up I have to start over, and I don't have the time for that nor the patience for that, because I already had like so many breakdowns yesterday just because I didn't like the way the pencil strokes were on this fist that took me literally all day and all night yesterday. And you know, like little things like that bothers me, so that's why I don't want to film the whole thing. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go and try to finish this. I'm also fasting today, by the way. So I'm gonna break my fast soon and finish this. Hopefully I can get into the next section by the end of today, and I'll keep updating you however many days this is gonna take, because it's gonna take a long time. This is not what I expected, but oh well, this is what I chose. I chose to do color pencils and I chose to do hands, so that's already like killing two birds with one stone, you know. And also I'm just exhausted and I'm mentally drained. Like, let me rant, okay, for a bit. If you don't want to hear me rant, you can skip, but like I am so tired. I am so sick of doing this already. Like, I mean, I love art. I'm not saying art is what I'm sick of. It's this, like me coloring the same thing over and over just because I don't like how it looks. That like that annoys me, because it's like it's my fault that I'm so picky and so precise when it comes to like drawing or coloring by reference. Because if I do it like free-handedly, so if I just randomly draw and color, I don't have a picture to reference it with, so I'm not afraid to not make it as accurate or make it as realistic, because that to me isn't important, because obviously it's freehand. Whereas this one, I have an image, and I prefer it when my artwork matches the image, which is not really the whole point of references. Like, it's not supposed to accurately match. It's mainly to like guide you, but obviously I think a different way, and I think in a way where I frustrate myself and annoy myself. So that's my rant. Just me. Like, I'm crippling and I'm really tired, and it's taking so long, longer than I expected. So hopefully when it's done, it's all gonna be worth it, because I really needed this artwork. Like, I haven't done an artwork in so long. Like, I've been focused on writing my essay, then creating artwork, because I was to be honest, I was in an art block. Like, I had the ideas drawn out, like what I showed you guys before. I had drafts already, but I just didn't have the motivation or the clear direction to actually take and actually like do the artwork. I didn't have like the right, I don't know, like the right meaning. Like, I created this, but then I lost like the meaning behind it. Like, why am I creating this? You know what I mean? Like, I lost that. And that is very important when it comes to creating artwork, because obviously you're analyzing it and you're telling the examiners why you created the artwork, and sometimes that why portion is something that is hard to put into words. Thank you for listening to my rant. It's very long. This is gonna be like over 30 minutes, sorry. But if you are enjoying it so far, thank you for sticking with me through this whole journey, even though it's literally, I'm still I'm in the beginning, I'm nowhere near finished, but I'm gonna thank you, you know, like this is very long. So yeah, I'm gonna eat dinner soon and break my fast, and I'll update you guys when I finish everything. And I apologize for looking like this, and I've been wearing like the same hoodie for the past day or 2 days, I don't remember. And I'm gonna look like this like the entire video, by the way, just because like I'm stuck at home, you know. I'm not gonna get ready just to be in front of the camera, especially to do art. Like, no, I'd rather be in my hoodie or in my pajamas. So anyways, that's that. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Hi. It's 5:55 in the morning. I woke up too fast, so that's why I've been up for about an hour-ish now. I just want to update and say that I'm in my almost final stage of the artwork. As you can see, I have one more of the phones to do, and then I have the centerpiece to finish. So what I'm gonna do, hopefully by the end of today, I'm gonna be done with the artwork finally, because I want to do something else. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna continue, and then I'll be back when I start painting, and then finally it's over and I can do something else. Yeah.
We're just going up.
Okay. So I spent the morning completing, well, the morning I spent like 15 minutes doing this, and then I got tired and I took a nap, and I continued this in the afternoon, and I'm finally done. Ta-da, ta-da. I'm done. I'm done with the color pencil part. Now what I'm gonna do is actually put the images so it looks like that. So I'm gonna cut up, yeah, right. Cut up all of these images and fit them to the right phone. And then right after that, I'm gonna paint the blood dripping and the background. I'm kind of scared for the background because I did not plan anything. Like, I planned what the background will look like. I just didn't plan how it will look like. Like, I don't know what material I should be using. So we're just gonna finesse it. By the way, like, I was supposed to work all day, and the reason why I'm doing this at like 7 in the evening is because I procrastinated and I ended up watching Jack's Skeptic's Life is Strange 2, because I didn't know Life is Strange 2 came out like I think a year ago, because I kept up with Life is Strange 1 and I loved it. I didn't know the sequel was out. I don't know, I was just not keeping up, I guess. Like, I haven't kept up with any of my TV shows at all, and my video game binge, because I don't play, because I don't have a console, but I do watch gamers. Not every game, but like, I love story-based games, right? So I just spent all afternoon watching. I love this part because I don't have to be serious anymore. Like, I don't really have to focus as much as last time, because like even earlier today I realized I wrote million without the other I. That's how tired I was.
Should I cut it into pieces? Should I try, or should I like keep it as like? I didn't think this through. Do I want to respond to my other artist that does mosaics or no? Do I? I don't want to risk it, because like then I have to explain why I did some things, and I don't like explaining myself because I don't know how to explain well. I'm not gonna risk it.
I'm already explaining too much to the people, so like I'm not gonna add extra information. Also, I don't know when this video is gonna go up, but hopefully by whenever this goes up, we have a clear direction in our lives, because I am getting sick and tired of being under quarantine. I'm so bored. Like, what do I do? It's not until yesterday that I was speaking to a friend about Life is Strange. Like, I finally found another purpose in my life, you know? Like, I have something to binge. Because, like, I do have something to study for, but I'm not motivated to study. And after all of this, I still have, like, art stuff to do. And I don't want to jump right into art stuff. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's that. I wanna switch it up. Also, I need like new TV shows to binge to. I don't have Netflix, so I can't like watch things freely, you know what I mean? Unless I do it illegally. And I'm not planning to do that. So anyways, I have my Starbucks with me. And I am so happy that I'm finally in the stage where I can have a little bit more freedom and chat and vibe. I've been waiting for this moment, okay? I spent how many days did I spend? I spent I think 4 days to color everything. And I started this project last Saturday, I believe. Is it Saturday? I think it's a Saturday. Anyways, so it's been a week. It's Thursday today, so if I finish this by tomorrow or by tonight, that would be good. I'm done. Okay, gotta paint. Okay, I'm going to pause this. I'm gonna stop painting after this last section because I'm tired, and if I continue painting, then I will paint blindly and mess everything up, so I don't want to do that. So I'm trying to avoid that by sleeping. Also, I'm running out of coffee, so that's my fuel for the night gone. But I'll show you guys what I completed today. It's not as smooth, but honestly, so I did this side done. I just need to do that before I go to bed, and then I'll see you guys in the morning when I actually do the blood drip thing, and also the final layer, which is acrylic, and then officially my artwork is complete. So yeah, see you. Bye. Hi, good morning. It's the morning after the storm. I was supposed to film yesterday, but I went out yesterday and I didn't have time to film at night, so I'll just show you the progress. I painted the background already yesterday, and now I'm gonna finally put the details with the blood. So what I'm gonna do is I'm using my watercolor paintbrush. I don't know if there's a specific name for it. I'm sure there is, I just don't know it. So what I'm gonna do is drip down the red color on my actual hand, so it's more realistic that way. Okay, I'm actually proud of this. It turns out well. So right after this, I'm gonna grab my acrylic paints and add splatters for extra details, and I'm finally done. It's starting to rain, like drizzle a little bit, so I love this weather, by the way. Like, I love rain. It reminds me of home. But yeah, it's very cloudy. The sun hasn't shown itself. Yeah, it hasn't shown itself. So I'm gonna teach you how I make blood out of acrylic, because acrylic is very thick, right? So in order for it to splatter, you mix the acrylic with water. I'm using crimson. This is the acrylic that I'm using. You can use any acrylic, but I'm using this one. Have the acrylic paint, I just, is diluting the right word? I think so, with water. So it still has that thick texture. It's thicker than watercolor. And then what I'm gonna do is I use a really flat brush, so then you can flick on the bristles. Yeah, flick on the bristles and just gives like more realistic. I doubt you guys can see. If you want bigger like splatters, obviously add more water. Okay, it's getting dark, like it's fogging up the window. Nice. This is actually a vibe. I like it. Intermission. Can you hear the howling? I could like I could film the rain forever, so let me just stop and continue. So again, like I said before, the more the water, the bigger the splatter will be. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands and then I'll show you guys the final product. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Okay. This is a weird setup. My background is so plain. Don't comment on it. So, anyways, it's been so long, but it's finally done. I'm very happy. So before I'm gonna show you the final thing, I'm gonna start by showing you guys the plan and like the outcome, basically. So remember this one? Okay, it's back. So this was the plan, how it was supposed to look like, the details, and then this is the map out of the pictures that I actually took. On my laptop, the background was actually blue, but obviously I didn't print out with the background. That's a lot of ink and I don't want to waste ink. So this was the plan. I did make changes though. I removed this foam because it didn't fit well when I was mapping it out, so I completely removed it. Also, it wouldn't really balance things out because obviously this is 3 and making this 4 just wouldn't look as good. So I completely removed that, and I will now explain to you the artwork because it took me a while to gather my head around it, because I do have a reason why I created the artwork, but sometimes that reason is just jumbled up. Let me show you guys in detail. My phone is not focused, I'm so sorry, but anyways, this is the top. So I don't know if I remember explaining it or not, but the top of the artwork, the first hand represents the past, so our ancestors, anyone who've have protest in history, right? So that's the reason why it's holding a newspaper, because it's a way of delivering a message. Back then was using posters and newspapers, and all of those stuff. Obviously, because they don't have internet back then, this is their only source to deliver a message. So that's why the first layer, to represent the past, I decided to use a newspaper. The reason why I added blood to the first one, and a lot of blood compared to the rest, because obviously the rest are just like leftovers, or there's just less blood basically. And it's because I want to show how the past sacrificed a lot of their lives to build what we have now. So I'm not necessarily saying that we are not sacrificing, like the people today that are protesting or just living aren't sacrificing, because we are. But the thing is, in the past, there's a lot more death, there's a lot more violence to get like rights and to get their point across. There's a lot of attacks. Also, because they lack in the networking side, compared to us, because obviously we have phones, it just like they have less support basically. And that's why, to me, they sacrifice more, like they went through more than we do, because of the lack of resources that they have. So that's why it's bloody. I'll talk about the second and third layer. So this one can be seen in two ways. So what my overall artwork is about is the efficiency of protest art, right? So in the past, people made posters. We still make posters today, but specifically the past, they make posters, they write newspapers, they give out all of these things to get people to support them and take their sides to win whatever rights they're fighting for. And nowadays, in our generation, whenever it's like Women's Day, or there's an event that happened, or another protest, like the Me Too movement in Hong Kong, that movement have been going on for years. And the fact that we're using old posters and bringing up old like historical icons, like these people that you see here, historical like moments, it just shows how history is repeating itself. Use history as data to reinforce or make our arguments stronger. That's why the blood kind of like drifts down to the hands, because it also shows sort of like a family tree. How it just branches out? That is what protest art is. It is temporary, it helps whatever is going on during that period of time, and then it's also reused in another era, or another, whenever another events happen. And it shows that it's both efficient in terms of, it helps reinforce the message, but it also not that efficient, because obviously if it was initially successful, we wouldn't have the problems that we have now. But then as a society, as people, we will never be satisfied after one change. Like once something changes, there's always a missing piece. I'd describe this to a friend as a Jenga, how you remove one piece to build a new block, right? Like you take out one piece, it leaves us a blank space to create something new. Like you have to make another tower on top of the tower that is already standing. And in order to make that tower, you need to take the blocks out of the original tower. And that space, that little empty space, that can cause an imbalance if you don't, place things in the right way. And that is what this is, basically. When one law changes, there's always someone disagreeing to it. And so this era, okay, our generation, this represents us because of the phones. Obviously, technology, we have the resources, but at the same time, we're still using old icons. We're still referring to the past to, again, reinforce our message. So it shows that posters, protest art, all of these icons, they're still relevant in today's generation. And that's why they still have blood, because we're kind of like sharing the sacrifice of the past. I don't know if that makes sense. It influences how we are. Without, like, for example, if the suffragettes didn't do what they did, we wouldn't really have the bravery to actually stand up. It's a chain. This is a chain, basically. So that's that. This last bit can be seen in two ways. So obviously, this is the past, this is the present, and this is the current. Like, this shows the people that are protesting in the moment. That's why they're not holding phones nor newspapers. So it can be seen as people from the past, or it can be seen as people now, or the people in the future. The reason why they have blood dripping down, not as much as the others though, is because it's a current protest. When you're currently protesting, you are sacrificing, but then it didn't turn into a riot just yet. You're still starting up, but you're also influenced by the past generations before you, whoever encourages you to fight and stand up for yourself. And that's why they got the blood from the previous layers of this artwork. So yeah, that is what my artwork is about. It tackles the efficiency of artwork. It shows how, information goes down a chain, and how effective artwork and protest art specifically in terms of making change. But it also shows at the end how protest art is temporary. Like I said before, any marches, any protest that has happened in the past, it's repeated now. We still have problems that has been addressed like years ago. So it just shows how history repeats itself, and how we use old data to reinforce. And basically my artwork is about reinforcement. I think I did explain this briefly, but yeah, that is what my artwork is about. It's over. You can go back to your regular lives now. This is the artwork, and I'm a stylist. Bye!